My mom kicked me out at 16 but took in my pregnant sister and her deadbeat BF. When they tried to break into my home, she said I owed them a place to live. Now she's cut off for good. My mom told me I was lucky she didn't abort me when I came home pregnant at 16, then she threw my stuff on the lawn and locked the door. I slept in my car for 3 weeks. I was a junior in high school. I had morning sickness so bad I'd throw up between classes. My boyfriend at the time ditched me the second I told him. I had no money and no one to call. My mom didn't pick up the phone once. I ended up staying with my friend's family. They helped me get into a program for teen mothers. I worked at a grocery store until I couldn't fit behind the register anymore. After my daughter was born, I dropped out and got my GED. Then I went to community college at night while working 2 jobs. It took me 10 years to get where I am now. I have a decent job in accounting. I bought a small house 3 years ago. My daughter is 14 and she's never met my mom. My sister is 22. 6 years younger than me. She got pregnant last year and my mom threw her a baby shower. Posted about it all over Facebook. My sister moved back home with her boyfriend. He doesn't work. He plays video games all day while my mom pays for everything. I didn't care. I was done with all of them. Then 2 months ago, my mom called me. First time in years. Your sister needs help, she said. Okay, I said. She and her boyfriend need a place to stay. Just for a little while. I laughed. I actually laughed out loud. You're joking. I'm selling the house, my mom said. I can't afford it anymore. They have nowhere to go. You have that extra bedroom. No. She's your sister. She has a baby. And I had a baby at 16, I said. Where were you? My mom got quiet. Then she said, that was different. You made your choice. I hung up. A week later, my sister showed up at my door. She had the baby in a car seat and her boyfriend was behind her holding 2 trash bags. Mom said you'd help us, my sister said. She lied, I told her. Please. We have nowhere else. Her boyfriend stepped forward. Come on, don't be a bitch about this. I shut the door. They stood on my porch for 20 minutes banging and yelling. My daughter was terrified. I called the cops. The cops made them leave. They went back to my mom's. Then last week, I came home from work and found my back door kicked in. Nothing was stolen. But someone had been inside. My neighbor's security camera caught my sister and her boyfriend breaking in during the day. I called the cops again. Filed a report. Got a restraining order. My mom called me screaming. You're pressing charges against your own sister? She broke into my house. Because you wouldn't help her. You owe her. I took care of you your whole life and this is how you repay me? You threw me out when I was 16. I gave you tough love. It made you stronger. Now you need to help your sister because she actually needs it. I told her to lose my number. I blocked her. I blocked my sister. I blocked my aunt who called to tell me I was being selfish. My sister's boyfriend got arrested. My sister is staying at some motel. My mom is furious and telling everyone I'm heartless. My daughter asked me if I felt bad. I told her no. But sometimes I wonder if I should have just let them stay for a month. My mom is getting older. My sister does have a baby. Maybe I'm punishing them too hard for something that happened years ago. Am I wrong for refusing to help when they clearly hit rock bottom? The restraining order hearing was last week and it went worse than I expected. My sister showed up looking like she hadn't slept in days. The baby was with my mom. Her boyfriend wasn't there because he's still in jail for the break-in. His bail got denied because he had 2 prior B&E charges I didn't even know about. My sister cried the entire time. Told the judge she was desperate. Said I abandoned her when she needed family most. Her lawyer tried to paint me as cold and vindictive. Said I was punishing my sister for our mother's mistakes. The judge looked at the police report. Looked at my neighbor's security footage. Looked at my sister. You broke into her home, he said. I just needed to talk to her, my sister said. Through a kicked-in door? She didn't have an answer for that. The restraining order got approved for 2 years. She can't come within 500 feet of me or my daughter or my house. She lost it. Started screaming at me in the hallway after. Called me every name she could think of. Said I ruined her life. Said her boyfriend was going to prison because of me and she'd be raising the baby alone. You're just like Mom, she screamed. You don't care about anyone but yourself. I walked away. But that stuck with me. The idea that I'm anything like our mom. My daughter heard about it at school. Apparently my aunt's been telling people I'm heartless. That I let my own niece go homeless. My daughter came home crying because some girl in her class said our family was trash. I had to explain everything. Told her about being kicked out. About sleeping in my car. About working myself half to death just to survive. She already knew some of it but not the details. Why would Grandma do that? She asked. I don't know. And now she wants you to help them? Yeah. My daughter got this look on her face. Hard. Angry. That's messed up, she said. 2 days ago my mom showed up at my work. I don't know how she found out where I work now. I changed jobs 8 months ago. She cornered me in the parking lot. Your sister is living in her car, she said. With a 4-month-old baby. That's not my problem. How can you say that? She's your blood. So am I. Where were you when I needed you? My mom's face went red. I was teaching you responsibility. You got pregnant. You had to deal with it. She got pregnant too. She's different. She's sensitive. She can't handle what you went through. I stared at her. Really looked at her. And I realized she genuinely believes this. She thinks my sister deserves help because she's weaker. That I deserved nothing because I was strong enough to survive it. Get away from me, I said. She grabbed my arm. If that baby ends up in foster care, it's on you. I pulled away and went inside. Told my manager what happened. He walked me to my car at the end of my shift. Said if she shows up again he'll call the cops. I filed for another restraining order. This one for my mom. My aunt called me yesterday. She was screaming before I even said hello. You're getting a restraining order against your own mother? Yes. What is wrong with you? She raised you. She fed you. She put a roof over your head. Until she didn't. You're going to rot in hell for this. I hung up. Blocked her too. My sister posted on Facebook last night. Long post about how family is supposed to stick together. How some people forget where they came from. How success changes people and makes them cruel. Everyone knows it's about me. People I haven't talked to in years are messaging me. Asking my side. Asking if it's true. Telling me to just help her. Some are on my side. Most aren't. My daughter asked if we should delete our social media. I'm thinking about it. This whole thing is spreading and I'm tired of defending myself. But what really got me was this. My sister's boyfriend made bail 2 days ago. Someone paid it. I don't know who. And yesterday my daughter called me from school saying a guy matching his description was sitting in a car across the street watching the building. School went into soft lockdown. Cops came. He was gone by then. But my daughter is terrified and I'm furious. I called my mom. She actually answered. Tell him to stay away from my daughter, I said. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you bail him out? Silence. Did you? He's the father of your niece. He deserves to be with his child. He broke into my house. He's stalking my kid. You're being paranoid. He probably wasn't even there. I hung up. I'm getting cameras installed tomorrow. Better locks. I'm talking to a lawyer about what else I can do. My daughter asked if we should move. I told her no. I worked too hard for this house. I'm not letting them push me out of my own home. But I'm scared. And I'm angry. And part of me keeps wondering if I should have just let them stay for a month. If this all could have been avoided. Then I remember my mom's face when she said my sister is different. That she deserves help because she's weak. And I don't feel bad anymore. The cameras caught him 3 nights in a row. Just sitting in his car down the street. Not doing anything. Just watching my house. The footage is clear enough to see his face. I sent it to the cops. They said since he's not on my property and the restraining order is for my sister, not him, there's nothing they can do unless he approaches us. So I have to wait until he does something? I asked. The officer looked tired. Unfortunately, yes. I called my lawyer. She said we could try for a restraining order against him too, but it would take time. Weeks maybe. And in the meantime he's just out there. My daughter won't sleep in her own room anymore. She's been sleeping on my floor with all the lights on. She's 14. She shouldn't have to be this scared in her own home. I called my mom. I know I shouldn't have. But I was so angry I couldn't help it. Call him off, I said. I don't know what you mean. He's stalking us. You bailed him out. You tell him to stop or I'm getting a lawyer and coming after you for harassment. My mom laughed. Actually laughed. You can't afford a lawyer, she said. Watch me. You're being dramatic. He's probably just driving around. You don't own the street. He's watching my house at 2 a.m. Prove he's doing anything wrong. I hung up. My hands were shaking. 2 days later my sister showed up at my daughter's school. I don't know how she found out which school. The restraining order means she can't come near me or my house, but apparently schools are a gray area if she's not directly approaching my daughter. She stood outside the gates during pickup. Just stood there holding her baby. Staring. Other parents noticed. Started asking questions. My daughter called me crying. I left work early and when I got there my sister was gone but the damage was done. My daughter's friend's mom pulled me aside. Is everything okay? She asked. I didn't know what to say. How do you explain this to someone? Family stuff, I said. She nodded, but I could tell she didn't believe me. Great. Now the school parents think I'm involved in some kind of drama. The principal called me in yesterday. Said there was a disturbance. That my sister has been spotted near the school multiple times. That they need to know if there's a safety concern. I showed her the restraining order. Explained the situation. She said they'd notify security, but there's not much they can do if my sister stays on public property. We take student safety very seriously, she said. Like that helps. My daughter wants to switch schools. She's crying every morning. Her grades are dropping. She had a panic attack in class last week. I'm failing her. I know I am. But I don't know what else to do. Yesterday my mom's house went up for sale. I saw it online. She's really selling it. And I realized something. She probably already spent most of the money. Probably bailed out the boyfriend with it. Maybe gave my sister some. And now she's got nothing. My aunt called me from a number I didn't have blocked. Your mom is losing everything because of you, she said. Because of me? She spent her savings helping your sister. Now she has to sell her house. She's going to end up with nothing, and it's your fault. How is that my fault? Because you wouldn't help. She had to do it all herself. She's your mother. You owe her. I hung up. But it bothered me. The idea that somehow I'm responsible for my mom's choices. Then last night something happened that made everything worse. Someone slashed my tires. All 4 of them. I came out this morning and they were flat. The cameras didn't catch who did it. There's a blind spot in my driveway. Whoever did it knew exactly where to stand. The cops came. Filed a report. Said it's probably related to everything else, but without footage there's nothing they can do. I had to call out of work. Again. My boss is getting frustrated. I can hear it in his voice. I'm missing too many days. Having too many problems. I'm scared I'm going to lose my job. My daughter didn't go to school today. She's too scared. I let her stay home. We just sat on the couch and watched TV and didn't talk about any of it. But tonight she said something that broke me. Maybe we should just help them, she said. Maybe if we give them money or let them stay for a little bit, they'll leave us alone. No, I said. But I'm tired of being scared. I know. But if we give in now, it never stops. They'll keep coming back. Keep asking for more. She started crying. I just want it to be over. Me too. I'm so tired. I barely sleep. I check the cameras every hour. I jump at every sound. I'm looking over my shoulder constantly. And the worst part is I keep thinking about what my daughter said. About just giving them something to make it stop. Money. A place to stay for a month. Something. But I know that's not how this works. My mom didn't help me because she thought I'd figure it out. And I did. My sister won't figure it out if someone keeps saving her. But my daughter is suffering, and that's on me. I don't know what to do anymore. I lost my job. Not officially fired. My boss called it a mutual separation. Said the recent absences and personal issues were affecting my performance. That they needed someone more reliable right now. Gave me 2 weeks severance and walked me out the same day. I saw it coming, but it still felt like getting punched in the stomach. That job was everything. It took me years to work up to that position. The pay was good. The benefits were good. And now it's gone. My daughter cried when I told her. Said it was her fault for missing school. For making me stay home with her. It's not your fault, I said. But she wouldn't look at me. I've been applying everywhere. Sent out maybe 50 applications in the last week. Got 3 responses. 2 rejections. 1 interview scheduled for next week. The job pays less than half what I was making. I did the math last night. I have maybe 4 months before I can't make the mortgage anymore. Maybe less if something else goes wrong. And of course something else went wrong. My car got keyed 2 days ago. Someone scratched deep lines all down the driver's side. Wrote something too, but they scratched it out before the cameras caught what it said. Just jagged lines where words used to be. Insurance won't cover it without police report. Police won't do anything without proof of who did it. So I'm just stuck with a destroyed car and a $1,000 deductible I can't afford. My daughter hasn't been to school in a week. Her counselor called me. Said she's falling behind. That if she misses much more they'll have to hold her back a year. That there are truancy laws. I tried to explain. The counselor was sympathetic but firm. She needs to be in school, she said. We can arrange for security to walk her to and from class if needed. But she has to come back. So yesterday I made her go. Drove her myself. Walked her to the front doors. She was shaking the whole time. I'll be right here at 3, I said. Right here at these doors. She nodded but didn't say anything. I sat in my car in the parking lot for 6 hours. Didn't leave. Just sat there watching the building. When school let out, my daughter came running. Actually running. Her face was red and she was breathing hard. What happened? I asked. She was there, my daughter said. At lunch. Outside the cafeteria windows. Just standing there holding the baby. I called the school. They said they didn't see anyone. That my daughter might be mistaken. She's not mistaken, I said. We take these concerns seriously but without evidence. I hung up. I'm so tired of people telling me there's nothing they can do. That night my mom posted on Facebook. Long post about how some people forget where they come from. How greed and selfishness destroy families. How her oldest daughter has everything while her youngest has nothing. How some children are born without hearts. She didn't use my name but everyone knows. The comments were brutal. People I grew up with calling me heartless. Saying I should be ashamed. Saying they always knew there was something wrong with me. My aunt shared it. So did 3 of my cousins. It spread through my whole extended family in hours. I got messages. Lots of them. Most were cruel. A few were supportive but quietly. Like they were afraid to say it publicly. One of my old co-workers messaged me asking if it was true. If I really refused to help my homeless sister. I tried to explain. She stopped responding halfway through. My daughter saw it. Someone at school showed her. She came home crying. Why is everyone being so mean? She asked. I didn't have an answer. Yesterday I got a call from CPS. Someone reported me for educational neglect. For keeping my daughter out of school. For putting her in an unsafe environment. The caseworker was polite but serious. Said she needed to do a home visit. See my daughter. Ask some questions. Who called? I asked. I can't tell you that. But I know. I know exactly who called. The home visit is scheduled for tomorrow. I've been cleaning all day. Making sure everything looks perfect. But I'm terrified. What if they decide I'm not providing a safe home? What if they take my daughter? I called my lawyer. She said not to worry. That the report sounds retaliatory and CPS will see that. But her voice didn't sound confident. My daughter asked me tonight if we were going to be okay. Yes, I said. Are you sure? I wasn't sure. I'm not sure of anything anymore. But I couldn't tell her that. We'll figure it out, I said. She nodded but I could tell she didn't believe me. I've been sitting here trying to figure out my next move. How to fix this. How to make it stop. But every option I think of just makes things worse. I could file harassment charges but my lawyer says it's hard to prove. I could go to the media but that would just make the public attention worse. I could try to talk to my mom but she's made it clear she doesn't care. The only thing that would make this stop is giving them what they want. Money. A place to stay. Help. But I can't. I won't. Because if I do that, my daughter learns that bullies win. That if you harass someone long enough they'll break. That you don't have to work for anything if you can just guilt someone else into giving it to you. My mom taught my sister that. And my sister is teaching her kid that. And it has to stop somewhere. But I'm losing everything. My job. My reputation. Maybe my house. Maybe my daughter. And I don't know how much more I can take. The CPS visit is tomorrow at 10 a.m. My lawyer says to be cooperative. Answer their questions honestly. Show them the restraining orders and police reports. Prove that I'm protecting my daughter, not endangering her. But what if that's not enough? What if they decide the situation is too unstable? I can't think about that right now. I have to believe it'll be okay. But tonight, lying in bed with my daughter asleep on the floor next to me, I keep thinking about what my mom said. That some children are born without hearts. Maybe she's right. Maybe that's the only way to survive what she did to me.